Greetings, it's Vaygrim, back on the Resonant Rise server. I took a little bit of a break from things here on Resonant Rise, specifically because we had a lot of goings on, a lot of changes in the system. And I kind of decided to step out and take a little break from things in the process. Did I get all of it? Yeah, I got all of it. Specifically because of what was changing in the process of all of the updates and patches and things getting removed and added and whatnot. I lost the use of about 3 power systems that they get obsoleted because of the changes that were going on at the time. So that was a little frustrating. I decided to take a break from things. And yeah, I am actually now back after said break and ready to get going. Now, this episode will be going up late on Friday, specifically because I recorded a whole bunch of stuff Wednesday and Thursday. Poppycock's helped me with a whole bunch of stuff, and I'll show you that later. But the footage on that stuff won't render. Pretty much all of it is bad. I don't know why. I think it has to do with changing codecs. I have been trying some newer codecs to record my video to see if I can get a higher quality for lower space. But the new one has compression, but Sony Vegas doesn't like it, so it won't deal with it. So all the footage from yesterday and the day before is lost, which is why I am now here to record just a quick update and let you know, and then we'll get back into the swing of things next week, where I will go back to the same software and codec I was using. And actually, I'm going to go down there. We can go from there. So this doesn't look like it's changed much, but this has. We've got enhanced portals up and working on the server now. What? No. Spawn dial. Thank you very much. Clicked the wrong thing. The server is seeing just a little bit of lag right now, and I'm not sure why. So this is the spawn room. You probably saw me put a video on this, I believe it was Wednesday, the day after April Fools, April 1st. And this is what it looks like when all the skins are in place. In alphabetical order, Akko Bibo, Corianche, Jossie Jack, he is the author of Mariculture. Very cool mod. That is our glorious leader, KirinDave. That is Snoresby, Mit Dog. Nintendo fan, that is, oh gosh, Pokefin, Poppycocks, Sice. This is Trunks. He's new to the server. He's a real cool guy. And over here, by ourselves, this is in alphabetical order, so it's only fair, but still, over here by ourselves is myself and the one and only Way of Flowing Time, the creator of Blood Magic himself. So we have the developer for Blood Magic on the server, as well as the developer of Totemic, Pokefin, and the developer of Mariculture with Jossie Jack right there. So, yeah, we're getting to be a pretty big family here. New folks will go in over here. Everybody can pick their own public color combination of Ender Chest. I left mine as triple orange because the orange is kind of lava colored. Kind of. So, yeah. We've got a mining age up and going now. I think we have Echo to thank for that, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. So I am triple fire charge because it seems to fit. So we have an enhanced portal up. We still do have the Nether Hub up and running. It's right there. People still use it to trade. But eventually everything will get transitioned to the Spawn Hub, and then we'll start making more stuff around Spawn. Yeah. So there has been building and development over here. One thing I spent a big chunk of time, Wednesday and Thursday, recording was that. That massive marked off area is the denotation of the new gardens, basically. It goes under the foot of the volcano, and it is being decorated by none other than Poppycocks, the master builder himself. Poppycocks is very much considered to be one of the best aesthetic and decorative builders on the server. He can make spaces look completely amazing. Everything from military bases to gentlemen's clubs. Poppycocks is your man. I politely asked if he would be interested in running wild in my new garden space. And he was. He accepted, and he is very graciously devoting time to that. And I'm trying to throw as many resources as I can at him. We'll go down there in just a little while. These, I was riddled with little presents that were left for me while I was gone for a week and a half. This is a thermic cake that was left for me by Aiko himself, and thanks for my slightly defective killbots. Over here we had a pair of boxes that I actually can show you now. Nintendo Fan 37 likes leaving me strange little gifts every once in a while, but this time he actually left me a filing cabinet full of, that's not his, this one, filing cabinet full of skin cells from pretty much every single creature in Minecraft. It is astonishing. Pigments, zombie pigmen, zombies, we have skeletons, there's villagers, cows, pigs, chickens, everything. It's amazing. Poppycock's left me a filing cabinet full of ghast skin cells. We're going to have a lot of fun with those next episode. I cannot wait to crack into those. Another thing that Nintendo Fan... Really? Thank you. I need to remove these doors. Honestly, they're a menace. I don't have a plate there. There we go. Thank you, server. Not much has changed over here in the garden. The greenhouse right there. Yeah, things are going a little wonky on the server today, and I'm not sure why, because I'm the only one on right now. Still at 8 deaths. Thankfully, I have not had a death in a long time. Now that I'm a genetic freak, well, it just goes without saying it's even harder to kill me. Another thing that Nintendo Fan 37 left me was a giant ultimate energy cube from Mechanism. That thing holds 51 million redstone flux. That is a workhorse of a battery, and I have it hooked up to my new digital miner right now, which I have placed in the mining age, and I will probably try and take you guys over to show you. These were 2 little gifts left by Poppycocks, who has gotten into mad science. They're woolly cows. They can be milked, they can be sheared, and you can kill them and get steak. It's kind of the best of everything. Like 2 or 3 different kinds of animals all in one little space. It's very nice. So we're going to start a farm up for these guys long term, where we can get our wool, we can get our milk from it to use for various projects, and potentially even breed and slaughter some, so we can actually put those old culinary generators back to use. Now let's go back down into the basement here real quick. I've been busy, very, very busy. This is the ore processing system. I think I had this up and going right before my last episode. Well, I have made a slight alteration. Instead of having everything with one logistical sorter and going out to this ender chest, which was over here, this would be connected, I moved it. The ender chest is over here now, and I have 2 logistical sorters. This one pulls out everything that needs to be processed, everything that's going to go to the factories. And then it comes back here. And if it needs to go back out again and reprocess, etc., 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 over and over. Once it hits a state where it does not need to be processed anymore, it gets pulled by this one out, and this goes all the way up to the sorting system up on the top floor where our logistics pipes are. So that helps alleviate congestion, and it makes sure that this one ender chest doesn't get clogged up. Now, the other thing that also helps is the fact that I do not have a max speed digital miner. I know that you can max out 8 or 9 times on a digital miner. I think it's kind of pointless, because you can overrun your own system with supplies so quick it'll clog up and you spend more time cleaning up the mess. Just set it at like 3 or 4 times, which is what I do, and you will be a happy camper. Trust me. Down here, we have now our new power system. There's a hydrogen generator right back there that is feeding a capacitor bank from Ender IO. This thing has 5,000 redstone flux per tick, input and output capable. If memory serves correct, the hydrogen generator is 240 redstone flux, 240 RF per tick. And this big reactor is 3,500 RF per tick. This is basically a 7x7 design that's only 3 thick. So the actual control rods are only right across the middle in a 3x3 pattern. You can see them right there. That's where the fuel rods are. And everything else around the edge, right in this space, we see where that line is, that band, that is filled with liquid ender from thermal expansion. This whole design I got from Aiko the Builder, ripped it off from one of his videos, and it runs like a champ. It's great on fuel usage. I still have a whole stockpile of Yellorium ingots that has been either given to me or I have now found with my digital miner. And that is a B-Space barrel from Jabba. That is a barrel with a B-Space upgrade, and it is linked to another barrel up top, so they share the same inventory. It's very revolutionary. The whole system is controlled via a insulated redstone conduit from Ender.io and the power monitor from Ender.io. It has full engine control conditionals. It can check when the capacitor bank is at what level. You can see it right here. Machine buffers for the machines attached, and that counts the reactor buffer. Capacitor bank storage, that's the thing down at our feet right here. And yeah, it is actually seeing 50,000. That's interesting. I mean 50 million. I wonder why it's saying 50 million. Might have to talk to Crazy Pants about that. That might be a bug. So this system is running like a top. Don't need to mess with it. I'm probably going to keep upgrading these. These are, 5 sliders. I need to take them one more step and make them elite factories. So they are 7 sliders. That'll really make me happy. Let's see. Down here in the inner sanctum. Now, I had a lot of suggestions from you guys after last episode. One suggestion, you'll see that block right there. It says a black force furnace. That's actually not what that is. That is a forciflage block. Forciflage is a block you can use in Dartcraft that makes it, you can make it look like anything else. And you can even make it where you can pass through it, or other people can pass through it. It'll trap people. All these different settings. I have it set to owner only, so only I can pass through it. The problem is, because I have night vision on, you can see through forciflage blocks with night vision, even if they're meant to be solid. So if you make a whole house out of forciflage and you use night vision a lot, you can see through it. It looks like crap. So you guys suggested, why don't you line the walls with forciflage? Well, I was going to do that. I still have a whole bunch of those in storage, but they pretty much look hideous. The floor would be semi-transparent. It would drive me batty. I might do another layer on the outside of this, but I haven't gotten around to that just yet. What you will notice is that this is not basalt. This is a collapsible block from Carpenter's Blocks that looks like basalt. Why did I do that? Well, portable holes won't go through Carpenter's Blocks at all. They stop. These things are basically insulation against portable holes, so people can't randomly come into this room just because they click on the wrong thing with a portable hole. This is my witch protection set up by KirinDave. Thank you very much, KirinDave. It's a really great little system that uses translocators, and it only keeps 2 in at a time. I have backups down there, and the reason I do that is because there is actually something in witchery called the corrupt poppet. And the corrupt poppet basically is usable on somebody else, and it destroys 10 protection poppets at once. So if I had all 6 of my protection poppets in there, my voodoo protection poppets, then I would lose all 6 at one shot. This way, it only loads them in 2 at a time, and that ritual costs a lot. So it gives me some buffer and some assurances. That's the fridge. I haven't done anything with it yet. Bedside tables. These are Mr. Crayfish's furniture. I love these things. They're a hoot. Yeah, collapsible blocks and basalt. That's what I was doing in the room. So yeah, not much else has changed down here. Let's whip back up here. So yeah, that is about the status of things here at the volcano. Now outside, basically this whole project stemmed from a couple of different needs. I wanted a green space where I can actually grow some vegetables, space where I can stretch out a little bit and put in, when I eventually get into witchery, I would like to have some green space for witchery. I would like to have a couple of corners that I can grow trees in that's not up there on the island, because I have other plans for the island. I also wanted to connect this with the rest of the actual base using a tram system, basically a minecart system. And what I want to do is use minecarts and railcraft tracks to link it up to the rest of the base. I want to have a connection point under here. So what's happening right now, I'm thinking about putting a station right here that extends out that would be a stopping point, and you would go by it and then swing back down around to go into the gardens. This side would come down here and probably go under the floor, or might swing around and then go down here. But basically, these gardens go all the way around the side. And we have some real clever design ideas in place, so I'm not actually going to go into the gardens itself. I'll show off more of that when it's in a more finished state with me and Poppycock can spend some more time on it. But for right now, what I will show you... No, I want to go down. It's really not going to let me. Thank you. Okay, so for now, we have this tunnel that goes to the missile silo. That wall's... There's going to be potentially a wall right there. I'm not sure if I'm going to seal that up or not. That entrance goes up and curves around. That's the top entrance to the gardens. And this is going to be the new central arrival station, the tram station. Now, this actual... I'm hoping you can't tell, but this tunnel is handmade. This was all completely different sized and completely different shaped space. I had to completely recarve the walls, completely reshape them, put some discrete lighting here and there so I don't get too many nasty monster spawns, because I think this is just outside the bottom end of my magnum torch. I think. Not sure. I'll have to go check. But, yeah, it's very, very cool. And we've got a lava pool over here. Basically, we've got this nice little suspended... I'm going to change this to solid plates. This clear glass looks kind of crummy. I like it for railing, but the flooring, eh. But, yeah, there is a bridge. These are fluid displays from Random Things. I love them. And basically, you walk across it that way, and the perilous journey that takes you into the actual bottom end of the gardens. And back here, there's actually going to be a junction. This is where the enhanced portal is going to get moved to. And then right back here, there's a little alcove right around that corner over there. This all is going to be knocked out, and there's going to be a tunnel system of, a tunnel that's going to come in with rail carts. It'll go out here, and then it'll go back out there. And I'm basically going to have it to where people will be able to get around the base with a minecart system. And I think that's going to be very cool. I don't know if you guys remember an old James Bond movie, and I'm trying to remember which one it is. I think it's You Only Live Twice, where they turn Sean Connery into a Japanese man. I'll let you dwell on that for a second. Okay. And they have a volcano base that he infiltrates that has this cool tram cart system on automated rails, and all this stuff goes all the way around the inside of the volcano. That whole base is very much a kind of an inspiration point for this base here. It's been very fun, and I really do want to continue and keep up with that theme. So we're going to have the monorail system that's going to go around the base. We're going to use mine carts, though, and I think it's going to be awesome. Right now, unfortunately, this does not connect at all with the rest of the base. So you have to do this. Yeah, that's the only bummer, but we're still working on it. Next episode, we're going to actually get a lot of that hammered out. The logistics system is growing. I've had to actually grow it specifically because when we got the digital miner, I had to do a lot more in terms of storage, automatic or dictionary unification, stuff like that. That's what the barrels do. All these are connected. Oh, almost all these. These last two rows right here aren't. But not all of them have cards yet. I still need to go do that. But we're doing very well for resources. I'm just going to go through, and I can't remember which ones I processed some of that last. There's a bug in our version of Java right now where certain kinds of piping system, like Ender IO item conduits don't do this, but thermal expansion conduits do, and logistics pipes do. When they put something in the barrel, they don't tell the barrel to update its quantity. So it doesn't change until you go right-click on the barrel, and you'll see the number jump. I've talked to Professor Mobius about it. He knows about it. They've got a fix already implemented, I believe, and it's been getting tested. But yeah, this is the B-Space barrel that hooks up to the reactor, by the way. And also, my friend KirinDave, my buddy, has hooked me up with, he has a tree farm because he has more space. And he's hooked me up with a B-Space barrel that's hooked up to a barrel on his base that goes to his tree farm. He's got a deep storage unit from Mine Factory Reloaded that's got 250,000 logs in it. And all I have to do, you see, it goes up to 64 automatically. He has this thing auto-fill, and because I have a linked B-Space barrel, I get that wood also. He has given me access to infinite wood because he knows we don't have a lot of green space down here to grow our own. So it's very fantastic. I really do appreciate that. Between KirinDave helping me out with stuff like that, and Poppycock's doing a massive redecoration in the gardens. That was going to look a lot more boring, and he's going to make it look amazing. Between that and so many other things, it's been very, very good getting back into the groove here on the server. Now, I do apologize, this is not going to be a full-length episode, but it really can't because I've devoted so much time already to the projects. We cannot undo the projects and redo the projects. So I thought I would just update you guys real quick. You'll get this episode late on a Friday night. I thought I'd step in and update you real quick and let you know just what's going on, how things are happening, and why it's happening, and we can work from there. So, this is Vaygrim signing off. Thank you very much for joining me. Expect some full-length episodes of Resonant Rise next week. Bye-bye.